Sunday. So all of these teams that are attending this weekend have already qualified in their respective regionals championship. So the teams, both women and open division teams competing in Division 2, will fight for a spot to continue their tournament in the Division 1 on Saturday and Sunday. There's still a few spots open in the Division 1. There's actually, in the women's division, there's 3 spots still open in the Division 1, while on the open side there's 2 spots. There's already 6 teams qualified in the men's division and 5 teams qualified in the women's division. McMaster stuck on the sideline, looking for an option. Time is running out. Going long. Kind of getting rid of the disc because the stall was running high. First turnover of this game. Manitoba. Nice flick. Low release flick. Nice inside cuts by Gagnon. Getting into the red zone. Dark jerseys threatening to score the first break point of this game. Going reset, but unfortunate drop by number 89. Carol Jan Wong. She's the spirit captain of the Manitoba women's team. So McMaster in possession of the disc. It's now number 10, Safina Sajani. Unfortunate turn. So Manitoba back in possession, threatening to score the first break point. Nice pass along the side, floaty disc, and it's being catched and confirmed by the observers. Manitoba leading 2-1. Oh, 2-0, I'm sorry. To kick off this first webcast game of CUUC 2021. McMaster trailing by 2 to open this game. The games are 70 minutes long, so it's quite short. Don't have much time to play catch-up ultimate, which is, I don't think, ever a strategy. No one wants to play catch-up ultimate, but especially when the games are only 70 minutes long. Don't have much time to catch up. So thanks for being with us. Whether you're a dad, a mom, a granddad, grandma, aunt, uncle, cousins, or just a fan of Ultimate, we're glad to share this webcast with you. If you have any comments, nice long pass by McMaster, but no targets on the receiving end. Well defended. There was a poach long. Manitoba back in possession. Great footwork by the handler, but there was a call. I think there was a travel call. So that this will go back. 2 passes away, 2 passes back. So as I mentioned, my name is Etienne Fournier. If you want to talk to me or exchange on my Twitter account, which is ET Fournier, Fournier 63. Feel free to do so. I'll be glad to read your comments. Some discussion with the observers. Not too sure what was the call about. It was a stall down. Contested stall down. So we will go back. This will be put back into play at stall 8. So only a few seconds to attempt a pass. Everybody's back into place. Going reset. Going long again for Manitoba. Disc is floating. Nice pass. Nice reading. Tons of people on the receiving end, but unfortunately, no one can get a hands on it. McMaster back in control. Another unfortunate drop by McMaster. Manitoba in the red zone, less than 20 yards away from a second consecutive break point. Going reset. Nice vertical stack. Great cut by number 10. Going reset. Great lateral movement by Manitoba. And here it is, second break point. Manitoba taking a 3-point lead in this game. It's 3-0 for the black jerseys. So McMaster being coached by a team of 3. Very dedicated coach. So calling a timeout. As we mentioned, with 70 minutes long games, you don't have much time to play catch-up ultimate or to adapt. You need to figure out what's happening very quick and then change whatever's not working. On the Manitoba's end, they don't have a coaching staff with them here in Brampton, Ontario, but still looking good so far in this game. They're leading by 3. So CUUC 2021. As you can imagine, there was no CUUC 2020 for the reasons that we all know about. So it's good to be back for national championship. Either the UC High, which was hosted in Ottawa about a month ago, and now we're here in Brampton to host the University Ultimate Championship. For those who are wondering, there is no mixed division in the University series. It's only open division and women division. So we have a full stack in regards of webcast this today and tomorrow and on Sunday. So 10:30 from 11:30. So the game we're looking at right now features in the women's division Manitoba against McMaster. At noon, we'll feature still in the women's division Laval against, it's not sure if it's Ottawa or Western. It will depend on the previous game output. And we'll have a third and last game for today at 3 o'clock this afternoon. It will be a Division 1 game. It will be a qualification game, actually, in the open divisions. Whatever the output of today's results will define who are the 2 teams that we will feature at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So 3 o'clock meaning Eastern time, obviously. Manitoba pulling in the driver's seat. 3-0, 2 break point in a row. They started on offense. They converted. So McMaster need to respond, and they need to respond now. Miscued pass. Turnover. Manitoba taking back possession of the disc. Nice low release flick. Great continuation. Number 26, which were by herself, but the pass was a little overhead. She was going backwards, so hard to read and to catch this. Number 26, Diana Gutierrez was the target. McMaster at their own goal line. Vertical stack, attacking the line. Great break pass in the space. McMaster resetting. Number 55. Feeding her captain, Sasha Palmert. Halfway, McMaster looking for their first point of the game. Palmert going along the line. Still feeding her teammate, attacking the end zone. Great pivot foot by number 42, Cowenberg. It's a miscue by McMaster. Unfortunate miscue. They were in the red zone, just one pass shy of their first point of the game, but unfortunately it didn't end up this way. So a turnover. Manitoba at their own goal line in the corner. Not much room to cut, but still. There was a target, open target, but the pass was a little too high. So McMaster have another opportunity to score the first point of this game. Their first point, I should say. Palmer, disc is floating, and it's being caught and confirmed by the observer. So McMaster reducing the gap by 2. They're trailing 3-1. So I guess that's what you wanted. If you're on the white jerseys bench, you wanted a point. You don't want to trail by 4 at your first game at CUUC 2021. Everybody's shooting for a Division 1 spot on Saturday. And while I was chatting with the McMaster coaches, I've asked them, well, what's your expectation this weekend? And they say, well, you know, it's hard to say. It's hard to gauge what the other teams are looking like. And we have a bunch of players that some are rookies, some are more veteran. So how do you balance this in a 7 or 8 week long season? That's what's very challenging on the university season, is that you don't have much time to gather around and play and build some chemistry and, you know, improve the individual skills. You need to figure out some way to, what's the best chemistry, the best balance, nice break, pass, around. Still Manitoba going long once again. Oh, what a great execution. And it all started with a nice around backhand pass around the mark, which opened the gate to number 10, Caitlin Cho, which is one of the captain on the Manitoba squad. And she just fired a long pass to her teammate. I believe it's number 22, if I'm not mistaken. Nonetheless, Manitoba answering back with a 4th point of this game, earning themselves a 3-point lead, 4-1. It's 10:44, so we have 15 minutes played so far in this 70-minute long game. So we're hosting this webcast this morning. I'm by myself this morning, but later today we will have some color commentator joining. And I'm saying I'm by myself. Well, I'm not actually by myself. I have my new and good friend and buddy, Adam, which is, I guess, the camera expert. Thanks, Adam, for being with us this morning. CUUC 2021. Manitoba pulling. McMaster on the white jerseys on the receiving end. Resetting in the middle from the get-go. Feeding number 53. Resetting to Jessica Gao. Gao going on the break side. Nice catch by number 25. Quinn McPherson, the captain on the McMaster squad. Resetting once again. McPherson offering herself as a target. Great pass, great grab, tons of pressure by number 14 from Manitoba, but still great focus by number 53. McMaster still in control, going break side, feeding number 22. Sammy Way resetting to McPherson. Vertical stack, going break side, nice break on the flick side, but unfortunate, miscued. Manitoba back in possession on the sideline in their own red zone. For those who are not familiar, when we say red zone, it's a 20 yards, last 20 yards before the end zone. Oh, great grab, number 30. Alexis Gagnon. Still great focus, but tons of pressure. So Carol Jean Wong, the spirit captain of the Manitoba squad, going long. It's floating. Number 13 is on the receiving end, and it's confirmed by the observer. Rachel Mann was on the receiving end, but there was a call just before. Is that a travel call? Is that a stall down? It was a travel call. It was called by number 43, not the player on the mark, but the player defending the dump. It says that your pivot foot has moved. So he took advantage of it. Nice break pass, but miscued. And an unfortunate D by number 54. It's blocked by the back of her knee. It's just not something you're necessarily trained for, but still, the output, you'll take it, whatever way you do a defense. McPherson still attacking the line. Great impact player. Looking for target. Time is running out. Floaty disc in the space. Great read by number 89 from Manitoba. Quickly feeding her teammate. 3 yards shy of a 5th point by Manitoba. Setting tons of people in the end zone. Time is running out. Disc is floating in the open space, and it's being caught and not confirmed. But I think it was a stall down. So there are some discussions, I believe, reaching out to the observers. I think there was a foul, offense foul call against McPherson, but it was denied by the observers, and it confirms the break point by Manitoba, which now takes a lead 5-1 with 19 minutes played in this game. McMaster wearing the white jerseys, Manitoba wearing the dark jerseys. So lots of intensity from both teams. But so far Manitoba was able to take advantage of the miscued by McMaster. So as I was mentioning, there's 28 teams attending CUUC 2021. So if you make that about an average of 22 players per team, so that's roughly 600 people that has gathered here in Brampton, Ontario for this 3 days event. My name is Etienne Fournier. If you have any comment or observation you want to share, please use my Twitter account, etfournier63. Didn't mention the hashtag, but I guess you know Twitter. McMaster resetting in the middle. Great continuation. Was number 7, June Lee. Great grab on number 55. Stuck on the sideline. Her teammate cheering right next to it. So she wanted to, I think the defender got a piece of that. So that's why it was a miscued by McMaster. So Manitoba taking back the disc. Sam Burridge, the captain, number 2. Flicking it to her teammate number 28, Shelly Lamb. Resetting. Oh, almost a miscue, but well caught, well read by Olivia Zhu. Going long to the captain, number 2, Burridge. Going into space, finding her teammate, number 4, for the 6th point of Manitoba. Definitely in control of this game. That was Manitoba's 4th break point of the game. So McMaster offense struggling in this first game, well, at least their first game of this CUUC 2021 tournament. What's amazing about the University Series is like the energy and the enthusiasm of all the players and all the teams gathering here. So they have qualified in their respective regional tournaments. So coming here to have fun, spend a ton of energy and learning. So whoever will come out as the women or the open division champion is kind of a blend of chemistry, talent, energy, and focus. Because in the University Series, you don't have much time to build like chemistry. The series starts between the championship and when the tryouts for each team start. There's about, 7-8 weeks long period. Great pass, going long. Well caught, well chased by number 22. Less than 1 yard from the second point from McMaster. Time is running out, but the stall just started. Number 16, just Jessica Gao. She's not the tallest, but she went up there with authority, securing the second point of McMaster. Still trailing by 4, so it's 6-2 Manitoba. So as we were mentioning, when you play University Series, there isn't much time to build or to develop a new big team chemistry. So it's really about some skills, some energy, and some focus, and some role assignment also throughout your rosters. So weather-wise, it's pretty comfortable, and the wind is just picking up. So is the rain. Just a slight rain to remember everybody that, yes, we are in October in Canada. So winter is coming. If it's not only a quote on a very popular Game of Thrones series, but it's kind of a Canadian quote, I believe. They just borrowed it from Canada to make their series a success. Manitoba on the receiving end, McMaster pulling for the second time or the third time of this game. Pull lands on the brick mark. About a 50 yards long pull. Manitoba in control. Great back end pass. Great movement. I love the way Manitoba goes, really attacking the long, and then after that busting inside to offer themselves a target either long or either in. So it's very hard to defend. Discus floating. Great reading by Olivia Zhu. She's been kind of a traffic controller over this Manitoba offense, but it's a miscue now. McMaster will have a break point opportunity. Sasha Palmert will put the disc back into play. Going break side. Nice back end. Number 7, June Lee had to tiptoe along the sideline to catch that disc inside the field. Now it's number 29 in possession, Victoria Trong. Palmert still great pressure by number 22. Already had her opponent number 51 misread this now. Manitoba want to quickly hit back with a long pass. There was 1 dark jerseys and 3 white jerseys. There was a foul call by number 22. She's claiming that there was some contact when she tried to catch the disc. Jillian Bannister. There's some discussion around. Seems like this foul will not be contested. So going back to number 98, Olivia Zhu. Stahl will get back at 3. I guess it's a contested foul. I'm sorry, my apologies. So going back to this got 3, but still, same pattern, going long. Great pass. Nice hustling. Manitoba on the doorstep of their 7th point, which will lead to the halftime if they convert. But oh, unfortunate miscue. There was a little too much fire on this pass. Kathleen Cho was targeting her teammate, Olivia Zhu, number 98, but just slightly out of reach. So McMaster back in possession, looking for their first break point of the game. Manitoba scored 4 break points so far. Great layout to secure this pass was number 55 by McMaster. McMaster going long once again, but they have not been very, very successful so far with their long game, unlike Manitoba, which had more success so far. Number 55 did that great layout catch, Priscilla May. She has a knee down. Seems like she's injured. She will ask for a substitution. So number 52 will take her place, JJ McGee. So from what I've noticed, there was no player change up for Manitoba, keeping the same roster on the field. Manitoba going long, nice flick, targeting number 4, and it's well attacked and read by Taya Neeson. Neeson flicking it to number 22 with the one-hand grab, and it's confirmed by the observers. Confirms the 7th point of Manitoba, leading 7-2 in the CUUC Division 2 game here in Brampton, Ontario. So that will lead up to the halftime break. So both teams are going to gather. We're going to take a short break for a few minutes, and we'll be back for the second half of this game featuring University of Manitoba matched up again McMaster. We're in the women's division, CUUC 2021. Talk to you in a minute. We are back. CUUC 2021. Women's Division, McMaster matching up against Manitoba. Manitoba wearing the black jerseys. McMaster's wearing the white jerseys. First half ended up with a 7-2 point in favor of Manitoba. So they have scored 4 break points, while McMaster have scored 2 points, none of them being a break point. So McMaster looking for answers. We're already at the 35th minute point of this game, which lasts 70 minutes. It's a game to 13. Great pass by McMaster, right in the middle of the field, but this long pass was very well anticipated by number 89. Was defending Carol-Jen Wong. Manitoba moving the disc pretty quickly, going long, but no, holding it back. Going reset. Nice grab on number 5, Carrie Slane. Oh, that was a little too low for number 26. Gutierrez. McMaster going break side, well anticipated by number 89. Whoa, she's having a great game. Carol-Jean Wong. This was the spirit captain of the Manitoba squad. McMaster answering back with a defense. Going long, it's floating. Oh, unfortunately, the receivers could not control that disc. So, Manitoba, another defense by number 50, this time from McMaster. McMaster threatening. McMaster going straight with a break point, and it's confirmed by the observers. So that was third point for McMaster. Still trailing by 4. Manitoba 7. Tons of time to be played in that game. 34 minutes, 4 points. It's feasible. You got to keep the hopes alive. So as we were mentioning, the forecast here today is not so bad for this morning. Now there's a slight breeze kind of going from the bottom end of your screen towards the upper end of your screen. So coming a sideways wind. There was some slight rain also earlier, which have stopped, which we'll not complain about. And as the day goes along, the forecast says it's not going to get any better. There's like close to 90% chances of rain by mid-afternoon with the wind that will pick up. So we'll add another layer of action on the CUUC 2021 games. McMaster going with a zone defense. First time we're seeing that. So trying to get some turns over, but so far Manitoba finding the hole in the cup. Gagnon flicking it while McMaster's transitioning to a person-to-person defense. Burridge with the disc. What an athlete. She can throw, she can run, she can cut. She can do it all. Now it's Slayen. There was a call. I think it was a pick call close to the end zone. In the meantime, it's Wong who has possession of the disc. Manitoba. That was on the receiving end of this pull throw to open this point. Now in the red zone. About 15 yards shy of their 8th point. Going reset to Wong. Great fake on the break side, having a mark bite to it, but still miscued, partially defended by McMaster still. Disc is down, and McMaster is in control. Palmer going break side, finding number 55. She's back on the field. She landed hard on the layout defense earlier in the first half, but she's back at it. McMaster looking for their first break point of the game. Resetting, finding number 10. Nice pivot work. Palmer near the break mark. Nice reading, tons of play, tons of pressure, and McMaster going, Palmer, but great anticipation by the Manitoba player. I think it's number 17. Emily Cho, very well read that, and it was almost into Palmer's hand, but Cho just tipped it out of reach. Burridge putting the disc back into play. McMaster, which started this point with a zone defense, now is keeping it with a player-to-player defense. Cranking up for a long flick, but no receivers. McMaster back in possession. Still hunting for the first break point. And now would be a good time to start scoring some break points, but miscued. And number 5 for Manitoba, Slayan, was standing by. She just put that disc out of reach. Still a Captain Burridge in control, flicking it in the end zone, and it's unfortunately a little too much inside out angle, which make the disc lands out of bounds. Number 10, Shajani, will put the disc back into play in the corner of her own end zone. For over 40 minutes of the 70-minute long games have been played, so half an hour still for McMaster to gap their 4 points, trailing back. Going up the line. Miscued by McMaster. Manitoba back in control. Burridge giving some direction to her teammates. Going long, backhand, break side, floating. Gagnon is on the receiving end, and it's confirmed by the observers. Manitoba securing their 8th point of the game and securing a 5 points lead. It's 8-3, favoring Manitoba against McMaster. So McMaster had a few opportunities to score their first break point, but they were not able to capitalize on it, unfortunately. So still trailing by 5 at the beginning of the second half of this game. We are at the Canadian University Ultimate Championship 2021 edition, Brampton, Ontario, just west of Toronto. So most of the teams were able to drive in. Lots of team, Ontario being very strongly represented here. There's still some teams from Vancouver, from Victoria, also from Manitoba, obviously, which we have the opportunity to look at this morning. Ultimate Canada provides some financial support for teams that have to fly in. So thanks to Ultimate Canada, because it can be quite a financial challenge when you're studying in university to buy yourself a plane ticket in order to play Ultimate. So Ultimate Canada is there to support those teams that have to fly in. McMaster. Great lateral movement. Entering the red zone. Great disc movement, very quick. There was a call. I think there was a pick call. And the victim of this pick call is Olivia Zhu, number 98. She's catching up to a player. So for those who are not familiar, Ultimate Frisbee is a self-officiated sport. The orange jerseys on the field are observers, so they are proactive on line calling to make sure the player stays inbound. But they are reactive when there's whatever a pick call, a foul call, or stall down call. So the player have to figure it out by themselves, and if they cannot, then they will reach out to the observers in order to resolute the situation. So always a tough job to be an observer in Ultimate. You have to look at so many things at the same time. So we have 2 observers today. You can have up to 4 observers on the field. Manitoba straight in the middle, but tons of pressure by number 53 by McMaster. She's getting another defense. It's not the first one in this game. And she's on the receiving end of this great break pass. Looking long, flicking it, but it's being deflected by number 10, Caitlin Cho. Still, McMaster was just not able to convert a break point. They had many opportunities, but so far we're not able to convert, explaining that 5 points deficit in the second half of this game. Manitoba still going long and firing it. Great backhand. Was a great decision, but I think the receivers, she was thinking she was maybe a little too far ahead, thinking, well, she's not going to put it. But obviously, number 2, Burridge, did it. And Summon Park, number 33, which was the target, she just smiles. Oh, I should not have stopped. I knew you were going to put it, Sam. Sorry about that. Next time. Still, we're leading by 5, so let's not worry about it, but keep the pressure on defense. McMaster on the white jerseys. Was a timeout call or stall down, I believe. Stall down. It was too long. Those who are not familiar, the players have 10 seconds to attempt to pass, and if they're not, the disc is still in their hands after 10 seconds. Well, it's a turnover, but Burridge going long, but she's being denied by number 25. So the 2 captains, number 25, McPherson, number 2, Burridge, facing one another. Great matchup, and McPherson had the last word on this possession, at least. Let's see how McMaster will respond to their captain. Great defense. Miscued, but still, there's a ton of pressure by Manitoba. They're just not letting any room to breathe to their McMaster opponent. Still Manitoba going long. It's floating, and it's being caught. And observers are confirming the points. So Caitlin Cho giving her team their 9th point and a 6-point lead. That's another break point. It's the 5th break point for Manitoba in this game. They're now leading 9-3. We have 40 minutes played so far out of a 70-minute long game. So a little over 20 minutes for McMaster to respond. Time is starting to run out. Anything can happen in Ultimate, but realistically speaking, at this point, a 6-point gap with 20 minutes to play, assuming Manitoba still maintain their very, very pressuring defense and their great execution when they are in possession. It's hard to imagine that McMaster will gap that 6-point deficit in 20 minutes. In the meantime, Manitoba going with a pull that lands out of bounds. So will be put back into play in the middle of the field, about at the place, the spot where the disc has gone out of the field. Great cut from the back of the stack by number 42, feeding our captain, Palmert. Palmert still. Another defense. Another D by number 13 by the Manitoba squad, Rachel Mann. And those McMaster's cutters just cannot easily get open. So it becomes very, very difficult to connect. You don't have much room for error for your passes. So it's very hard for McMaster. And let's give some credit not only to Manitoba's execution when they are in possession of the disc, but their D-line is very suffocating. Manitoba threatening just less than 1 yard from their 10th point of the game. Going reset. Oh, great pressure. There was some body bumping there, but no call. Palmert will put the disc back into play. Vertical stack. There was an option on the break side, but no connection. Palmert was running out of time, so she attempted something to her teammate number 55, but it was incomplete. Priscilla May was the target. Manitoba back in possession at the break mark. Nice pass and run by number 14. Still great pressure, but just forcing the receiver to go a little early on the disc, which led to a drop. McMaster will put the disc back into play. Number 10, Sajani, right in the corner. Great break pass. Nice continuation by the white jerseys going in the middle. Palmert, wide open, feeding her teammate number 52. Great fake. Resetting to Palmert. Going sideways, but the disc is floating. Great read by number 10, Sajani. Sajani looking for a reset that was partially blocked, I believe, by number 5, but still, it found its way through. Oh, great pass. Great pressure by number 5, but still. McMaster threatening. 3 yards away from a point, but oh! It just went through the receiver's hands. Unfortunately, was there a call? No call. Let's play on. That's too bad because McMaster was there. Manitoba trying to respond. Going long again. You know, at this point of the game, if you're Manitoba and you want to try your long game, well, you know, it's okay. Because McMaster will have to fight and earn those yards. And we're not at the point where we're managing the clock. Well, you know, we're almost there. 53 minutes have been played out of 70. So less than 25% of the game to be played. Manitoba leading 9-3. CUUC 2021. It's good to be back. Call those games. The University Series always being very, very exciting. We have the opportunity to see the top talent in the ultimate university community. Lots of players have started to play in high school. Now are graduating at the University Series. Trying to find a balance between studying, attending the classes, and committing to their team. in a 7 or 8 week long season, which is quite demanding. You have to practice 2-3 times a week, and before qualifying to CUUC, you have to attend maybe 1, 2, 3 tournaments in an 8 week long season. That's quite a commitment. Plus all your studying you have to do, exams. We're halfway through the semester, so great effort by all those student athletes. Manitoba back in possession. At the brick mark, going sideways. Great pass and run by number 8, Neufeld. Now it's Gutierrez finding number 13, Man, flicking it, but was too low. Another turnover. McMaster in possession, looking to reduce the gap. They're trailing by 6. We've just reached out the 55th minute of this 70-minute long game. 15 minutes to play. The games are at 13. There's no soft gap. It's only hard. Oh, there was a tough contact. The 2 teammates, number 23. I think it's Gutierrez, also number 26, just ran into one another. And you see when there's a injury call, everybody has one knee down. So there will be a substitution. The player number 23 from Manitoba, Tien Lee, just going on the sideline by herself, which is always a good news. Hopefully she was not too much damage. Hopefully no concussion. She seems okay from out here, but hopefully she will be for the rest of the day and the rest of the tournament. So turnover for Manitoba on the doorstep of their 10th point of the game. Vertical stack going open side, looking for break side around. No option, will be resetting. On the dump side, still attacking the break side, but great awareness by Sajani, who was standing by. But great around pass by number 14. Just a slight miscue. It was Brownwind Chard. McMaster going up the line. Going long. It's floating. And it's out of reach. That disc was probably more likely impacted by the wind, which goes from the bottom end of your screen to the upper end of your screen, so sideways. And with the angle and the direction of the disc, it was more likely pulled off out of reach from the receiver. Manitoba on the sideline. Nice flick on the doorstep, just on the line, and Gutierrez resetting to number 8, Neufeld, for the 10th point of Manitoba. They're now leading by 7. And that was a break point. It was Manitoba's 6th break point of the game, the second break point of the second half. So really Manitoba in the driver's seat. They will more likely secure their first victory in their first game of their CUUC tournament 2021. 11:28. So 12 minutes to be played. We will more likely play until the end of those 12 minutes, unless Manitoba can score 3 points in a lesser time. We'll see how McMaster responds. So what do you do when you're trailing by 7, 12 minutes to be played? Well, you smile. You have fun. Even though you're competing hard here at CUUC 2021, what's important is to have fun, learn, develop, and whatever happens, Not much you can do about. Let's focus on this point and the games to come, because there's still a lot of games to be played here at CUUC 2021. McMaster going long. Great reading by number 13. Amendolia. Was a foul call, so it will go back to Amendolia. Great pivot foot, and it's confirmed. Yes, she's in. Observers are confirming that's the 4th point of McMaster. That was a quick point. What about less than 30 seconds? And there was one call in the meantime, so it was a quick point. That's what you want, just to boost back your confidence, even though you're still trailing by 6 with 10 minutes to be played. Manitoba 10, McMaster 4. So as a reminder, our next assignment, webcast-wise, will be at noon Eastern Time. Still in the women's division, we'll see the matchup Laval, Université Laval, against, it will be either Ottawa or Western University, depending on the output of games played earlier today. So Laval has a strong tradition of ultimate frisbee. So is Western, by the way. So it will be a very, very interesting matchup. So both teams are being a great contender to climb up in the Division 1, depending on the output of their games today. Was an offside call by the observers. And you can see number 55, Priscilla May. I thought it was an offside, but even though I think that number 55 thinks she was offside, but still we're playing on. Disc is floating and it's being well read and well grabbed by number 28 by the Manitoba squad, Shelly Lamb. Scoring another quick point by the Manitoba squad, securing their 11th point and securing, most importantly, their 7-point leads in this game. 8 minutes to be played. My name is Etienne Fournier. If you want to communicate or share your comments or observation of this game or whatever commentating observation you want to share, please do so on the Twitter account. E.T. Fournier, Fournier 63 with an hashtag. So please feel free to do so. We'll gladly read your comment. I was alone for this game, but we will more likely have some caller commentators later today at our noon appointment, or maybe later on at our 3 o'clock appointment. But I'm not alone in the booth. I'm with Adam, which is, from what I was told, the best cameraman in the entire world. So I'm glad you're enjoying his great work. Manitoba pulling. Just inbound. Nice pull. Almost 50-yard long pull. Going break side. Great disc movement by McMaster. Gutierrez committing to the defense, but she could not get there on time. But the other pass, there was some body bumping, steer, but no call. The two McMaster players ran into one another, and there was also number 17, Emily Cho in Manitoba, that was there walking by. Great long pass attempt by Manitoba, but just too long. Too much power. Number 89. I just love the way Carol Jean Wong is just cranking up, putting her foot backward, and just great weight transfer, moving it upward. And in the meantime, she just whips that elbow to flick it long. Just love it. Great disc movement by McMaster. Nice grab by number 15. McMaster in the red zone. Going sideways. Nice backhand. And it's confirmed. Yes, the observers are confirming McMaster 5th point. Still trailing by 6. So it's 11-5 favoring Manitoba with less than 5 minutes to be played in this game. So Manitoba in the driver's seat, heading toward their victory here at CUUC 2021. So as a reminder, we're attending today Division 2 games, and those games will define who will take the last spot available for the Division 1 championship, which will start tomorrow, Saturday. So in the women's division, there's a few spots still available. And what I mean by few, I mean 3 spots. So more likely Manitoba will be one great contender to fill one of those 3 spots. On the open division, format is a slightly different. There's only 2 spots available, so the Division 2 teams will have to fight to earn a spot in the Division 1. And after that, continue their journey at CUUC 2021. McMaster pulling. Was a kind of a horizontal stack. Manitoba tried, still going long. Number 7 on the receiving end. Great hustling for the disc. Tons of traffic around, but flicking it to number 4. Neeson giving her team their 12th point of the game. So they're 1 point away to close the game. We're playing to 13. There's a little over 2 minutes to be played. So let's see how McMaster will respond. Whenever we hear the horn blowing, it will confirm, it will signal the end of the game. So great action that we have attended this morning. The women's division, always very, very exciting. Great athleticism by both teams. Manitoba, with their suffocating player-to-player defense, really were able to contain McMaster's offense, which were looking for a rhythm, but Manitoba's defense was always there to make sure that rhythm was broken down. So great work by Manitoba's defense, and still great resilience by McMaster, who never gave up, really gave it all they can. They are on the receiving end of the Manitoba's pull. McMaster, more likely one of their last possession of the game. Now it's number 7 with the disc. Sajani standing by, attacking the line. She had a great game, behaving as one of the key handler of this McMaster offense line. Great hustling. Still attacking the line once again. There's 2 dark jerseys pressuring, going around. Oh, great pass. Well received by Priscilla May. Going around, great fake. Having Gutierrez almost fall down, but still, once again, going on the break side, and great pass by McMaster, great movement, great timing. And McMaster is hanging there with their 6th point of the game. Trailing by 6, 12-6 in favor of Manitoba. We just heard the horn signaling the end of the game. Will there be a last point? It depends the format of the tournament. Whenever there's a point score, the following point starts the second the previous point was scored. But it looks like the CUUC format says, well, when you hear the horn, oh no, there will be a last point play. There you go. Manitoba is sending on their goal line in order to receive McMaster's pull. So the horn was blown a few seconds after the point was scored. So the next point starts when the previous point is just being scored. So that's why we're going to finish this point. And after that, the game will be ended. So it will either finish 13-6 for Manitoba or 12-7 still for Manitoba. We'll see. Last point of this game featuring University of Manitoba against McMaster University. Congratulations to both teams that provided a great show, great display of ultimate skills and athleticism and great spirit also. So congratulations to both teams. So as we mentioned, our next assignment will be at noon, where we're going to see Laval University from Quebec City. They will be matched up against Western University or Ottawa, depending on the output of games earlier today. Manitoba putting an end to this game, scoring their 13th point. Putting an end to this game. Final score, Manitoba 13, McMaster 6. Congratulations to Manitobas. We're celebrating with great bells action. So both teams will huddle. So that puts an end to our first assignment today. So thanks for being with us. Still, if you want to share some comments on the games or on the commentating, please do so on my Twitter, #ETFournier63. I'd be more than happy to read your comments. Next game at noon, Laval against Western or Ottawa. Looking forward for this next assignment. So it was a pleasure to be with you this morning. Hope you have enjoyed the action while we're seeing the last seconds where the two teams are huddling together to congratulate one another, just in the pure tradition of ultimate Frisbee spirit. So thanks again for being with us. So we'll take a short break, and I guess we'll catch up a few minutes before noon to set the table for our next matchup, Laval against Ottawa or Western. Talk to you later. Thank you.